What job exists because we are stupid? Gossip column journalists and paparazzi. How else will I know what celebrity is wearing while off of work? Meth lab cleaners. It's pretty sad to see how much this industry is growing in Australia. Can you really clean up a place after it's been used as a meth lab? I thought that shit got into everything and you basically had to strip the room down to the studs and redo the drywall and floors. Yes, but you need someone to go in with hazmat gear to do all the testing and stripping. It's actually a very well paid job. At least here in NZ we also have a large meth problem because it requires a science degree, usually chemistry. Reddit influencers. So I heard you can raise karma if I invite you to my subreddit about using taxidermy animals to make life-size animal crackers. That's a thing? No, not really a Coca-Cola. Just a conspiracy theory. Tier 1 IT support. Did you try turning it off and on again? Sure you did. Could you blow into the cable to make sure there is no dust in the connect? Oh, the cable was loose? How surprising. Have a good day. Did you try turning it off and on again? Oh, this was 2 weeks ago. I don't remember. My laptop is at home. I'm currently driving my car. I literally just got off the phone with a lady asking if one of our systems was down. She couldn't test it on her end for me because she was driving. It isn't down. I have a side gig doing data entry. I earn $25 USD HR copying and pasting stuff from a web page into an Excel spreadsheet while doing some light formatting. Edit. Holy karma Batman. To answer a few repeat questions, I know the employer personally, which led to me picking up this work. It's not a lot of hours a week, but the extra money is definitely useful. It's difficult finding this kind of work. You won't find it looking for job ads. You need to approach companies that you feel would have a need for this kind of service. You could potentially get Excel to do that automatically. This is how you code yourself out of a job if you do this. Be careful to never let anyone know, and if they get suspicious, lie your goddamn ass off or take the opposite route. Publicize your creation. Put it on your resume, and use it to take the job of the dumb motherfucker before you who never thought to do it. Edit. I regret everything. Fuck my inbox. Litter control personnel for public parks and beaches. I remember when I was a kid my mom used to take my brother and I to this park across town. One time I had a wrapper from a piece of gum in my pocket and I walked to the trash to throw it away. A police officer happened to be just patrolling the parking lot and saw me throw the wrapper away. He came over to me and told me I did a good job by doing that and he gave me a coupon for a free ice cream at the DQ. I told him I was just doing what I thought everyone else was doing. He told me that wasn't the case. I don't get how hard it is to just throw something in the trash. Almost every morning when walking my dog I have to pick up trash at one of the parks near my house. Kids play late into the night and leave bottles and food wrappers on the ground. There is a trash can at the edge of the park, no more than 10 meters from the center of it. People often give the US Coast Guard a lot of crap for being the Coast Guard, but they deal with some of the most dangerous specimen on the planet, stupid drunks with boats. My first job out of college was to stand outside of Aldi's and help the people how to figure out to put the quarter in the slot to release the shopping cart and then, later, how to put the chain back in to get their quarter back. I said F that. I stood there all day, baked out of my gourd. I've had to explain to a couple of people how it works. One lady did not get it and wasn't a strong English speaker, so I just gave her a quarter. She then fought the cart for the quarter back. I signaled it was fine and she just has a cart now, stop worrying about it. Then she saw me near the produce and strongly seemed to believe I would buy her a melon. So now I keep my quarters. Rag pickers and road garbage cleaners. In the Middle Ages, garbage men would come around and buy your household trash, including excreta, because it made valuable fertilizer. I'm not sure this matters much, but I saw a vague relation and thought I'd impart some historical perspective. My job: financial advisor. Save money for retirement, at least 10% of what you earn, gross, in an IRA or employer-sponsored plan. Put it in growth mutual funds or ETFs, and don't touch it until you're satisfied you have enough there to live on no more than 4-5% of the balance per year for the rest of your life. Don't consider individual stocks with this money. Establish a basic budget based on your post-retirement savings income and current expenses. Do not spend more than you bring in on a regular basis. Once you have at least 3 months of expenses covered by that emergency account, keep saving the money, but flow it to another investment vehicle, such as stocks, bonds, CDs, treasuries, real estate, precious metals, whatever you are comfortable with depending on your goals and risk tolerance that can at least hold value, if not grow it. This is your savings for home, car, vacation, and other major purchases. With the possible exceptions of purchasing a home or borrowing for education that will actually pay for itself, don't take on debt. Pay off your credit cards monthly. Pay your bills on time. If you can't follow the above, take a hard look at your lifestyle. Either find a way to earn more money, spend less money, or both. Second jobs are sometimes necessary, or many people just need to eat out less, go to bars less, drive a cheaper car, or downgrade their living situation. Don't give in trying to impress others or looking good on social media, just do you. The guys who install rubber padding around telephone and light poles so when we walk and text, we don't break our noses walking straight into them. Watched a woman stop halfway across a crosswalk in a busy intersection to text, oblivious to everything until cars started honking. And then she flipped them off. My blood pressure just shot up reading that. Infuriating. Safety manager here. A big portion of my job is saying stuff like please don't smoke near this flammable liquid or other things most of us take for granted that people already know. Dude, I work in haz waste for EHS. Every month I find some idiot right next to my 90-day shed, smoking right underneath the no smoking sign for real dude. There's like 200 gallons of class 1 flammables 10 feet from you. But it's raining. I work in an aquarium and we have what I can best describe as floor guides, which are just staff that interact with people and share interesting info about the exhibits. Realistically, while that is part of the job, the main reason for these people being out there is to tell people to keep their hands out of the stingray and turtle tanks because for some reason beyond my comprehension people don't naturally get this concept. At least once a day I hear well why can't I touch the stingrays, and so far my all-time favorite outcome of that question was a kid who said they have the word sting in their name. I have wanted to say that so many times, but am unable. Edit. Since this post got some attention, I'd just like to point out that stingrays are relatively harmless and won't sting unless they are in fear for their life and have no escape. They want to run away before all else and are actually quite friendly. That being said, it isn't that we don't trust the rays, we just don't trust the people, haha. Also, we do have a touch tank with rays in it, but it is curated and the barbs on those rays are trimmed regularly as a further precaution. I've seen you people working the aquariums and zoo of the world. Your patience is outstanding. Thank you for keeping the idiots out of the habitats. At my university we have a person whose job is to stand by the garbage area and make sure people dispose of their trash appropriately. My school had a massive issue with recycling getting contaminated. It got so bad at one point that the company refused to take their recycling for a few months. They decided to redesign all the bins to make it super clear what you can and can't recycle, and the recycling bins are always next to a trash can, so it's never more work to recycle. People still throw food and trash in the recycling bins and vice versa. Most people can't be asked to read, let alone to care. The amount times I've seen people walk up to doors with a sign that says closed or back in 10 and they'll rattle the door for a couple minutes is astounding. Source: worked at a convenience store and lived by one. On crowded nights, Disney Springs has employees working at crosswalks at the intersections from the overflow parking lots to tell people when they can cross. They're normal intersections that have lights telling you when you can cross. People just don't acknowledge them and will try to run across oncoming traffic. Let's make a new ride. We'll call it Disney Springs Natural Selection Night. They have that in the Rhino Pen at Animal Kingdom once a year. I'm a self-serve gas station attendant. Honestly, the only reason I'm here is to slap the emergency stop button if someone starts pumping gas outside their car or gas can. Oh, and shut off the pumps when I leave. Did you ever have to tell a motorcycle gang member, a pagan in my case, legendary for their violence, that he could not smoke while pumping gas? I did. I thought long and hard about the wisdom of that, and came to the conclusion that next time, I was going to grab a bag of popcorn and watch the show from my booth in complete safety. No, but I did have to tell a motorcycle gang I can't just start the pumps if they leave their credit debit cards with me. They were pissed off about telling me a cash amount or paying at the pump. I also have to lie about the double paned glass being bulletproof constantly.